Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the one and only the Persian
The Persian
perspective.
Persian
perspective.
We have a Persian. We've got a perspective.
And I have a perspective I want to share with you all.
There's a Persian cat outside for some odd reason.
Yeah, there is a Persian cat actually outside, and we're back after a couple weeks of hiatus.
Yeah. What do you think about my cat? He's black and can't jump.
He's black. Jesus Christ.
That was Mike's joke.
That's a very nice joke.
That's a great joke.
It's a smart joke.
It's speaking of it, Mike Sadi is a Filipino open micer comedian in the KL scene, and he works as an IT dude. Right, because Filipino and Malaysian's number one commodity is casual racism.
God, that's true.
That is very true.
Is so true.
We got the best casual racism in this country. So it's like Filipino, either you're a housekeeper or you work in IT or you do voiceovers for the Disney Channel Asia.
That's very, very true.
That's very true.
Yeah.
I've never had a time in my childhood where it wasn't just a Pinoy speaking in an American accent just dubbing over a Japanese cartoon no one wanted to watch. It's very weird. So yeah, the clubs in KL are opening up back again. They've opened for a while now.
Yeah.
And the crowds are weird. It's like,
how many people are allowed in the club now? I saw you perform like on the two clubs that are fucking do it is the Joke Factory and the Crack House.
Yeah. So here's the thing. It really depends. Okay. So at night it's a full capacity. It's like 20 people, 32 people sometimes.
Yeah.
That is as much as the authorities will let you in. Everybody's spaced out. Everybody's wearing masks half the time. But that's better than most times we've had open mics, even before the pandemic, actually.
Okay.
There's some days we used to perform to just 4 people.
Yeah.
Like
I was usually part of one of those 4 people. I would come in, there's like the 2 couple you hold in.
Yeah. And this is, somebody used to joke that this ain't a show, this is a hostage situation. And so we've seen bank robberies with better turnout.
I remember Rizal like grabbing me, basically pulling me in from the stage.
Yeah.
I got in and I saw it's empty, and I got in like about 20 minutes late, and I was like, it's empty as fuck. There's only 2 couple in, and Rizal's like, well, come in. Like, he pulled me with such a force, and he's like, sit.
To be fair, that's just Rizal, right? I've never.
God bless him. I would do the same, but I don't think I'll ever have the nerve to do it.
Oh, Rizal's got nerve. Rizal's got more nerves than the average human nervous system. He's
90% nerve.
Correct. if you ever autopsy that man's body, there's no internal organs. It's just nerve.
The doctor takes off his glasses. I've been practicing medicine for 25 years. I've never seen anything.
This motherfucker is nothing but nerve. He's like, I've never seen a man who never did cocaine and has cocaine energy. It is bizarre. He's got way too much enthusiasm. Even when he's telling you to fuck off, it's with a big old smile. Like, hey, you, fuck off. Then he jumps off somewhere. It's amazing to watch. So the crowds are really good number-wise. But here's the issue. The energy is really spotty in the room. Right. So what's going on is, if you go to, like, say, the Joke Factory, for instance, right? This is like a premier club. It's in the Publica shopping mall.
You expect there's people coming in and out.
Yeah, there's like boho chic hipsters walking around everywhere. You know, girls with like with weirdly minimal clothing, and each piece of clothing is really expensive.
Yeah.
And everybody's like every other person is like an expat and their Asian wife, you know,
or their Asian mistress,
that they're cheating on with their Asian wife, you know. and all the cars are really expensive. So it's like
Publica is just this expensive hub of like expats and people who can't afford a lot of expensive shit.
Yeah, like just outside the comedy club, it's just nothing but Japanese restaurants.
No.
Japanese restaurants and high-end barbers. Like the ones where you pay $50 for a haircut and a shave.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah.
So like when I'm in Publica, I feel too poor to breathe.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I am afraid somebody might charge me. The parking is $15. And it's, you decide to open a comedy club, right? And it's like, all your performers are riffraff, dude. Like half of us are like probably drug addicts or unemployed on some stuff. And the other half are like office workers making minimum wage who have to travel there with like a Grab, like a ride share, to do these shows. So it's like, this is a really expensive club. But by the same token, there's also like a sense of like a kind of entitlement, right? So this is kind of a guest where they're just sort of cross their arms waiting for you to entertain them. Yeah.
It's pretty much sums up Joke Factory.
Yeah.
There's this very a more I look down on you kind of a feeling when you go into the room, like, oh crap, what the fuck is this?
Dance for me, monkey, dance! You know?
And you're literally on the stage.
You're literally on the stage.
With a shitty backdrop of LED lights. I fucking hate that backdrop.
I mean,
it gives me headaches.
It would be great if you could actually sort of like give a thumb drive to the AV dude and say like, okay, so now I can do some visual work, right? And practically do like a presentation, like Hassan Minaj in his Homecoming King thing. You could literally like point to shit on the thing, but finding people to man even the sound is difficult, right? Like right now we got a dude called Akasha who's manning the sound, and he's new. And he doesn't quite know the equipment. So like when he plays the disclaimer message at the beginning of the shows, it's not maximized so you can see the scroll bar underneath. So I'm like, oh no. Press.
This is an elite bar.
Yeah, Alt enter, dude. Alt enter. Like, I don't know. The sound is too much gain. I'm like, oh.
Shit.
But he's an open micer as well from the Malay language scene. So he wants to jump on stage. So when he jumps on stage, zero music.
It's perfect for himself.
It's perfect. He just walks up and down to silence.
Fuck.
It's not great. So the opening of the shows is really like there's still hiccups, right? Crowds are a little bit tepid, a little bit shy, or a little bit like they don't quite know what's going on. Some of us suspect that they've been watching Netflix stand-up for the past 9 months.
Yeah, they're pretty much desensitized now.
Yeah, so they figure when we get to this show, dude on the stage is going to do all the work for us. We're going to have an omakase comedy experience.
Yeah, gonna have a Louis C.K. coming up.
Yeah.
It's like doing the beats and everything.
That's right.
And I'm gonna make that $50 that I just paid work for me. Like,
yeah,
yes.
It's pretty much that. So you got that at the Joke Factory. So what's happened is that so that's become the hard room, right? It was never
Joke Factory is a hard room now.
Joke Factory's the hard room now. If you want to challenge, Joke Factory's the hard room. They now got open mics at 5 p.m. now on Saturday.
I saw that Ned posted it. I was like, 5 p.m.
That's weird, right? That's like
who goes to a joke comedy club at 5 p.m.?
I'll tell you, 4 people. 4 people show up at the show, so it's like now you got to work extra hard.
Yeah,
because it's like 3 nerds and a lady in a summer dress who's just like trying to support the scene because she used to be an open micer as well, right? Some days it's like that. Some days you get a little bit more people show up, but no, you're fighting.
How many weeks has it been going for? This 5 p.m. now.
2-3 weeks now.
2-3 weeks. Shit. Okay.
So, because I don't know what's happening. I think they're just. Harith Iskandar's the owner, right? And
yeah.
He calls himself the godfather of Malaysian comedy, and to be fair, he has been around the longest, right? And he kind of looks like the laughing Buddha, so we all worship him, But, so what I think, here's the thing: just because you've been around forever and you got a club in Publica doesn't mean you're raking it in. Because the rent is like $20K a month.
Yeah, because I was saying, that's what I was also thought. I was like, is he paying it from what's the source of the income for this club? Because now.
The same as everybody else. So I just got back from a wedding, and it was Rizman's sister. Rizman's another open micer.
Yeah.
Lovely kid. He's got really great observational comedy.
Really wholesome.
Very wholesome.
Yeah.
Loves fucked up movies. It's very weird. He thinks the Serbian movie is too light. Anyway.
I did not watch that movie.
Don't.
I won't watch that fucking movie.
It's got the word Serbian in it. I know what happened in Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Have you met the Serbian in Malaysia?
I have.
The Serbian in Penang?
There's a Serbian in Penang?
There's a Serbian in Penang.
Just the one?
Yeah.
He's like a manager for a football team, I think.
Yeah.
Have you?
I've Let's finish the story about the comedy call. I'll tell you about the Serbian in Penang.
Right, no, so Prakash Daniel, another great comedian, was supposed to show up for the wedding, and he couldn't, and it was like, why can't you show up for your friend's sister's wedding? It's like free food, and we're all broke and shit. Why not show up for a wedding? And get to know the family, see where Rizman's sense of humor comes from.
Yeah. I didn't even know you had a sister.
He's got two.
Okay.
They're way out of everyone's league.
How so?
There's a theory that's going around in the Malaysian comedy scene that is if a comedian's got sisters, they're almost always hot.
Oh, wow. I can't even believe how stupid it sounded to me to even ask how so. Yeah. Of course, out of the league, it means that it's like she's extremely beautiful.
No, it's okay. This is a learning experience. Yeah. We're learning. Yeah, and my theory is that if you're the dad, all you got is funny to bag a beautiful lady to marry you, right? Yeah. So the son gets all the funny and the daughters get all the looks. That's the theory. Now, Prakash is a ladies' man, and weddings are a great place to pick up chicks.
Yes, it is.
It is. So free food, ladies. Why would you show up? He had a corporate. Right. And I was like, so Prakash wouldn't show up because he had a corporate? Is he just being flaky and shit? And Reason was like, no, dude, I completely understand. Because all of us comedians, we're struggling. There's no money going in. There's no money coming out. The clubs can't even pay you that much for the shows that you do for him. Like, I opened for Kevin J, Netflix Kevin J. I opened for him yesterday. I'm not getting paid, and I don't even care because I know Rizal, who runs the crack factory, he's not making that much money. Let's be real. Yeah, I saw that. For God's sake, he even converted the comedy club into a restaurant as well now. So that's a legal thing, right? So if you're just doing comedy, the authorities will shut you down. Oh, but if you're a restaurant, they don't have the right. Shit. And you make money on the side. Smart. Okay. Yeah. Very smart. Yeah. So then if authorities come in, I was like, no, it's fine. It's just like our real business is making pizzas. And on the side, we do comedy. And on the side, we just let people just say whatever they want on stage. And it's cool. Just have to sign up for it. Right? So it's a loophole. Yeah. But the comedians still aren't making enough money. So Prakash doing the corporates is one example of that. And another example is we go back to Harith Iskandar. His money comes from corporates, right? His money comes from corporates and private events, because now the Joke Factory is also an event space, quote unquote. So if you want forums, if you want talks, if you want lessons, tutorials, like yoga class, whatever, you can rent the place. Yeah. So the reason why I think the open mic is on a Saturday is because on the weekdays, they're renting it out. Because open mics build the scene, but they don't make you any money. Nope. No one's gonna come to I have no clue. Like Eddie Tan from Jinjiang talking about how he doesn't like it when his streamer shuts off early on Twitch or whatever. No one's gonna give a shit about that. Nah. Right. Nobody. It's not sellable. So now it's at 5:00, right? That makes things complicated because the people who do show up at that time, they're not actually in it. These are curiosity walk-ins now. Right? So they're not comedy fans.
They just want to see like what the place is about, what do they do, what they can get, shit like that.
And unlike the Crack House and unlike other comedy clubs, the Joke Factory has a window, natural light and shit, right?
At 5 o'clock, there's natural light coming. Oh, shit, okay.
Okay, which is weird, but that also means that people can walk past and peek in.
Oh.
They get a little curious and then you get walk-ins.
So there's a good side to it.
There's slightly a good side. Like a lady will just walk by and like, what the hell is going on here?
There's also a problem. You see, the Joke Factory is at the corner.
It is at the corner, right?
So there's not many people passing by the window.
That's kind of a problem. Like
if it was in a middle booth or whatever you call it, then people would be communing back and forth. This one, it's a corner shop.
Right. However, remember when I told you that it's surrounded by Japanese restaurants? It's got a restaurant on either side, so people who are going to eat...
They see it.
Right? They may not be passing by during an open mic, but they will be passing by at dinner time and lunchtime.
Okay.
So there might be some attention being drawn there as well.
So that's good.
But you're still getting tough crowds. You're getting desensitized crowds. They're coming in droves because they're bored out of their goddamn minds.
Yeah.
But these are people who have also watched everything on Netflix and YouTube somehow. I think they're just really desensitized at this point, as you said.
Yeah.
So now it's like nothing will make them laugh. You got to work. You have to work.
I haven't performed after the after
the world caught fire. Yeah.
I have performed once after the world caught fire when it opened up last year when the numbers were actually down. Good times.
Sure.
I did perform then, and I performed once then, and I could already tell people were... And it was the first night that they opened, second week that they opened up for the open mic. And I was asking, like, should we do new material and everything? I remember people were all, like, disengaged in a weird sense. The energy was really off. And Rizman was actually trying to crack it after the thing. I was like, what was up with the crowd tonight?
Yeah.
I can only imagine, like, after another year of this horse shit.
Yeah.
Like, how people would possibly be thinking, how people would be possibly feeling about it now. Because it was like, I feel like people, are a little bit on their toes. Just because they're like, I still haven't come to the comedy club since it opened up 2 months ago again.
Of course,
right?
yeah.
Just because I'm on my toes, because I'm afraid of getting into a public place with more people.
That's true. And some Malaysians can be very lax with the SOP.
Yes, and they can be really relaxed, and one cough later, I have my family to worry about, and if I pass it on to my mother, if I catch it just because one cocksucker didn't put on their mask or somehow schemed himself into a building. Like, I remember 2020, at the height of the corona, I went into the mall to buy some groceries. Yeah. And this was when people were mass buying and everything. Right. I was walking and we had this big monitor that it was one of these temperature checkers that you see yourself from far, and it just detects faces. Sure. I was walking and it detected me just as I was passing, but suddenly it went red. Oh. And the person behind me was like 6 feet behind me. Right. His face suddenly became the whole screen. And it was 38.9. So you're being rear-ended by the Human Torch at this moment. Yeah. I was 6 feet away, 8 feet away from the guy with a 38.9 temperature. Okay. And I just walked quicker. Yeah. And I turned and he and I made eye contact and his eyes were scared. Yeah. But he didn't stop from going in. He kept going, and he went to the place he wanted to go. Here's the crazy thing. Long before the temperature, you must have felt sick, and you still decided to go out. I was surprised that he was still walking and everything with the 38 point whatever the temperature. It's crazy, right? Yeah, but his fear, he knew that I knew. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, he's still coming in. Luckily, he didn't care. If he came my way, I would have probably super kicked him or something. Just Falcon punched him. Just fucking punched him. It's like, motherfucker, get out. It was like... So I had this co-worker, right, back when I was working in the Star. And she runs hot all the day, right? Her base temperature is 40 C.
Right? She's like, if you ever watch Attack on Titan, she's basically like one of those things over the wall,
Steaming.
just steaming
Yeah,
like a
colossal
fucking
Titan.
dim sum. Yeah, right. It's ridiculous. Like she
fuck, I
usually
want some dim sum. Yeah.
How am I the fat one here? No, okay, but for real though, some people just run really hot, but I understand, like, it's terrifying when you have people who are just really, really lax about just doing shit. And Lord knows, we're not the most careful when we're at the comedy club. Like, we take off our masks, we're way too...
You're sitting down, you want to relax also. It's like, it's not comfortable to have a mask on your face, I understand that as well, but like, it's gonna be broken at one point or another anytime soon. It's like, have a 1 meter distance, but hey, you're going into an elevator where it's like you're all crammed together with 5 people. It's like you're breathing down each other's necks.
Yeah.
And you go to the toilet, you're touching the same fucking hose.
Yeah, it's just not great because we got the bum
using the
hoses.
same condom. I mean, come on.
You gotta save the environment, though.
Yeah, you gotta save the environment. Yeah.
Malaysia, the place that makes the most condoms in the whole world. It's
You're having a massive shortage.
It's just so much fucking nothing. There's nothing else to do except each other. No, but it's just that thing, right?
Yeah,
but
people are relaxed now a little bit, but at the same time, as I said, I mentioned to the point before, like, you're not at ease anymore. You're a little fucked up. Everybody are a little fucked up right now.
Yeah. Just, here's the difficult thing. Right now, we're looking at a psychological phenomenon. We can't break it, right? Between the uptight crowds, between, people showing up in droves, but then they don't laugh. We don't really understand why. I would have thought that the intermittent danger of going out to watch a comedy show would have made people laugh more, because anxiety helps you laugh.
Maybe the need to laugh is too much that it actually subtracts the joy of the thing. Because, like, if I'm going out with friends now, I know myself personally that I want them to have the best time possible.
Sure.
So everybody kind of want to be like, hey guys, let's go make sure. Like, we went to a restaurant. Even the restaurant, I was like, my mind going like, please be good, because I want everybody to have a good time. Because I want to have a good time. Yeah. I think there's also this like, this better be so good. Yeah. That we all can have a laugh. Right. And maybe there's some compassion also going on inwardly toward each other. Like, I hope my friend laughs here.
Right. I also think right before we started, I was talking about how...
Do you get hecklers? Is there any hecklers?
Nah, no hecklers. Malaysians are polite that way.
I know. Occasionally, mostly the hecklers are white people, but whenever we get any fucking pieces of shit.
It's a mixed blessing. Last night we got an Australian lady called Sam. She was like, it wasn't quite heckling, but she was very interactive. You know, like the ones who just talk to you while you're on stage. Yeah. That can be a bit distracting. Yeah. But I will say, Kevin, who was like performing 45 minutes, for the first like 15 minutes, he didn't even need the material because the audience was just giving it to him. Because the interaction was really good. That having been said, that night was a rare exception. You got Ollie Horn, who was an English dude who was kind of instrumental in turning the crack house into a restaurant. I suspect that all of the pizzas and the bar food that the crack house is serving now, those are his inventions, basically. Right?
Wouldn't be surprised.
Wouldn't be surprised. He is an amateur cook, after all. He was working himself to the bone last night. 15 minutes up top for every half of the show. Yeah? And like a good 5 to 10 minutes in between the acts, just, making sure
everybody having a good time.
Everybody having a good time, because it wasn't that bad on Saturday, but on Friday, audience would just reset. They would just go back to their to cold. You have to constantly reheat them.
Would they laugh?
Eventually,
but they won't. But the energy would just go back to zero very quickly. I hate that. Oh.
Yeah. And those on the weekends, those are the crowds you're getting now. These are crowds with money. These are crowds who are a little bit more established. They're in their 40s and 50s.
Uh-huh.
Some of them are in their 20s, but they're already professionals.
Uh-huh.
Same crowd in the joke factory, now coming to the crack house. But Chiho and I, another comedian, right? He does great like local based comedy, a lot of topical humor.
Yeah.
He was pointing out that he suspects, all things being equal, that if you would take the same crowd out of the joke factory and put it in the crack house, you would have a slightly better chance at the crack house. And I told him I think it's because the crack house is just smaller.
More intimate.
More intimate. It's darker too.
Yeah.
And there's crazy art on the walls.
It doesn't fuck with you and give you
doesn't
that
fuck with
corporate
you.
feel.
That's right.
Yeah.
It feels very intimate. It feels like if you can even call it that, an intimate punk rock concert.
Yeah.
And
yeah, fun. Yeah, funny you mentioned. Yeah, joke factory. You can pretty much see everybody.
Yeah,
it's so lit that the crowd the crowd can see each other perfectly.
Yeah, it's a little disconcerting.
Yeah, it is.
Whereas when I was starting out at the crack house, it was dark. It was really dark because the way how it was set up, it was a black box.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now it's a little bit more colorful because Arlene, Rizal's wife, she took it upon herself to paint the walls red, white, and blue. It kind of looks like, the French flag did acid just a little bit.
Yeah.
But when it was still starting out, the walls were black, the ceiling was black, everything was black.
So it was all pure darkness.
It was pure dark. It was a black box basically, with the exception of some really jacked up graffiti on the walls. And that really helped because with the bright spotlight on your face and the audience in the dark, it feels intimate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody doesn't mind laughing because they can't see each other. They can't feel self-conscious because it's in the dark.
That was the very first thing I noticed when I did my first show. I never did my first open mic. I did my first show. My first open mic.
It's Artie! The Persian perspective on the stage.
2
hour special.
2 hours.
We bomb and it's good.
We have a nuclear weapon with no nuclear material in it. That's the current state of Iran. We have a nuclear facility that doesn't have enough uranium to run. Fucking hell, man. But that sucks.
Enriched Iranians. That's what you
Enriched Iranians, yeah. Fuck. But yeah, I was psyched and I was really amped up. But the second I got the mic and I turned, and a light hit me in the eye, and I was like, oh my god, I'm blind.
Yeah.
And I can't see anybody. Yeah. But somehow it works.
It works because you feel alone.
Yeah, it did. It does. It almost feels like you're gonna die. Because there's just this light, and there's shadows in the back that are murmuring. Yeah. And occasionally laugh at something you say, so they just don't put you in hell.
Yeah. I gotta make St. Peter laugh. He's gonna put me in the hellfire. Yeah.
Hey, two Jews walk into a bar. Just kidding, it's a gas chamber.
Wow. I'm going straight to hell. No, but yeah, that's definitely it. So that was one of the saving graces. Ollie Horn was working very hard to warm up the crowd. Yeah. I did okay. Chiho did very well. The night before was a lot harder. Yeah. Because they were even more uptight. Ollie Horn was working his ass off, doing the hosting, was not puncturing it through. And one of the openers is Kiran Baladevan. Now, if you know Kiran, we've always said that if you have to follow Kiran, good luck to you. Okay? Because this man's angry energy is it's impossible not to laugh at him because he's like a cartoon. He's like a brown Bill Burr. It's just an angry Indian just yelling at your face about something that really pisses him off. And it's just glorious to watch. And even then,
nothing.
Nada. I mean, he wasn't bombing, but it wasn't like the I'm hurting my balls so much I'm laughing kind of laugh that we usually get, you know?
You know what I imagine to do in those scenarios? Yeah. That was something that I wish I did in the Russell's Club. Which is it still open, by the way?
No, poor Russell had to shut that shit down.
Shit. I love that place.
Yeah.
I love that place.
It was a beautiful little speakeasy in the middle of nowhere.
It was ideal for stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Had he just the chairs would if he like the middle seats change,
Yeah.
it turned to change seats that are just facing the
Yeah.
the stage. It would have been perfect for it. Everything.
Right, because he's a musician by trade, right?
Yeah, it was a music.
So was that. It's a music.
Yeah, it was like a jazz club.
It's like a jazz club.
But it was like, oh shit! I'm so sad to hear that. Yeah. I remember he had to GoFundMe something.
He had to GoFundMe. He was doing corporate music shows on Zoom.
Sorry, I'm very sorry, Russell. He's a great guy, but fucking hell, man! I love that place. I was really looking forward to doing more shows there, and we did a show there.
Yeah,
where for family of 5 Indians.
Yeah. So like my family tree on my mom's side, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was like a hellish thing because they were not just giving in any way. But there were like 12 comics were going to perform that night.
Yeah.
And we were all just like trying to like really get something out of him. We were like, I managed to get a bit of a laugh out of him, but like the lady was talking, the wife was like narrating to the husband.
Right. Oh, jeez.
Which God bless him. I forgot Xander.
Xander, yeah.
Yeah, he went and gave him shit. I was like, yeah, nice. But here's the thing I imagine to do is like in that scenario.
Yeah.
When you're in hell.
Yeah.
The way out of hell is never by climbing up. It's by digging down.
Digging down.
And I was like, man, I should have went and did an aristocrats joke.
Yeah.
It's like. A family of 4 goes into an office. The dad fucks the daughter fucks the son.
Yeah.
It's just like try to really make it so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That maybe that's gonna break through it. And I truly believe like it's either a make or break for that kind of a scenario. Right. That it's like either you what Bill Burr pulled in Philadelphia.
Yeah, he just said "fuck you" for 15 minutes.
He just said "fuck you." He didn't do material or anything. Yeah. He just torched the crowd. Yeah. Because the crowd was already in hell. Yeah. Now everybody were trying to beg them to come out of it, but they couldn't come out of it. So until they dug a hole to heaven.
Yeah. No. I'm gonna go so deep. You're not gonna want to go where I'm going.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna pull out my dick and start jerking off. You better not be there because I can't see you in the dark. Yeah.
Doug Stanhope is going, this is too much for me.
Yeah, I'm going to pull a Louis C.K. on a massive scale.
And now I come in the tree. Yeah. No, that's what happened to me. So Brian Tan showed up for like since forever, right? Because Brian, he was in this deep funk for like 9 months. Right? He wouldn't even leave his house.
Shit. I understand.
Yeah. Like, he couldn't get out of bed and whatnot, but slowly he recovered. He started uploading his shit up on YouTube. Now he streams on YouTube, right? Now he's just coming back slowly, little by little, right?
All right.
And this was a bad step for poor Brian, because that 5 o'clock show was tough. Yeah. And hardly anybody was laughing. Just a smattering of giggles here and there, right? And Brian was trying really hard and he was doing okay. People were laughing. But the truth is, with only 4 people and a bunch of comedians, it doesn't matter how much they're laughing. You don't hear jack shit.
You need energy.
And 4 people don't give that much energy. Like the promoing, I don't know, was neither here nor there. Not too many people showed up. So I honestly don't know what else he could have done, and I think he just did his best, and it still wasn't enough to like give him a good feeling at the end of the show. And Nat Kang, God bless him, right?
Oh yeah. Speaking of torch, speaking of digging through hell to heaven,
Nat was just having a ball because he showed up with overalls and boots, right?
Yeah.
It's called the Joke Factory. I'm gonna dress like the Joke Factory. So Nat's a really good friend of ours. He has really high esteem for a lot of us, right? So he said, "You know what? You should close the whole show." I'm like, "Please, Nat, don't do this. In my head, I was going, "The fuck are you doing, man? None of us are on our A game. Hardly any of us are willing have that much material written down. We were all burned out during the quarantine. We were all just like trying to survive mentally. And now, but you've got so much faith in us. Like you know what? You, the dude who's almost dying after climbing up the stairs, we're going to have you close the show. I'm like, God bless you that. I ain't going to argue, but this is going to be a shahite show. Okay? And I'm just coming back from a meeting with a bunch of producers for a show I'm working on. Right? That was frustrating enough as it is.
We're going to talk about it after this.
Yeah, this is like, I don't know, producers and shit, right?
Yeah.
And I know, no details because NDA, but
okay.
But, I can give a rough thing.
Let's talk about what you did for the show, yeah.
Okay. So already I'm tired.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm talking to Kieran before the show. We're all like, why are we so fucking tired all the time? I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, my back hurts already. Everything hurts. We have no stamina. We don't know what the fuck is going on. Right? I'm having my first meal of the day. And whatever, and I go there, right? I go after just sometime after Brian, okay, and I have nothing. I'm just angry and I'm tired and I don't feel well. I think I'm coming down with something, like not the COVID, but definitely a cold of some sort. And I just go there, I'm just grumpy. So I just start roasting everything I see. And I died towards the end, but for the first four minutes, I'm like surviving, right?
You're managing.
I'm managing. I'm like, it's great to be here. Please give it up for your host, the one guy who escaped from the Top Glove factory. It's great to see he's still alive somehow. Great to see everybody at the Joke Factory. This logo has been bugging me for a while. So the Joe Factory logo is like a lopsided gear. Yeah. It's also shaped like a word bubble, right? Yeah. And in my head, I was like, okay, so everything's just been a little sloppy as of late. We're all tired. I don't know why. Like the Joe Factory, this wasn't in the joke, but I noticed that the Joke Factory used the rival Crack House logo by mistake. So the picture of Nat that they used to promote the show had Nat wearing the Crack House shirt for the Joke Factory advertisement, right? And these two clubs are rivals. Yeah. So somebody is getting fired. It's not great. So I'm just thinking about, okay, so everything's sloppy, it's fine, we're all tired. Like even the logo is just annoying to me now. Like this lopsided gear with all the teeth sticking out. This isn't a gear, this just looks like the fucking coronavirus with the word joke on it. If this isn't the symbol for what our life has turned into right now, I don't know what the fuck it is. Fuck. It's just joke with a coronavirus in there. That's life right now, right? Yeah. So I just go to like, has anybody here watched porn joke? Right? This is a thing I do. And it's like, and I heard one of them said he was a Roman Catholic. I'm like, they don't watch, what, no one's watching porn? Like, everybody's just lying today? Like, I stumbled into the Liars Anonymous meeting for 5 o'clock in the afternoon today? Huh? What about you, Roman Catholic? You watch porn? Huh? Nothing to say? Huh? If you don't watch porn, Jesus died for shit, right? I'm just pissed off. I don't know why you're angry. Jesus was literally nailed, a thing I can't do because of the pandemic. Okay?
Oh, shit.
Like, he has holes in his hands. That means he could jerk himself off and use himself as a fleshlight at the same time.
Oh, shit. You went there.
I'm so tired and I'm so angry and I just don't understand
what laugh. Huh? Did he laugh?
He was like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? Kind of laughing.
Oh, shit.
Everybody's horrified. I've done that joke before and it got a huge reaction a week ago, right? From the Crack House. From the Crack House, they're like, ah!
Nice. Oh. Nice. That means the holes are big, so you put his penis in the hole.
I'm joking about it. A whole bunch of Christians here are going, so forgive me, Father, for I've heard some fucked up shit.
Say, forgive me, Father, for
Is that going too far? I mean, Lent is over, but, whatever. We're just getting frustrations out at this point. The fasting month is starting soon, so I'm like, I'll have.
Are you gonna start fasting?
Hmm?
Are you gonna fast?
I technically can't because I'm an asthmatic and I constantly have to use the asthma inhaler.
Oh, okay.
Right, so like I'm fasting, but really I'm just cosplaying a good Muslim at this point.
Cosplaying a good Muslim,
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Cosplaying a good Muslim, yeah.
Yeah. Right,
Ah.
so I can't actually.
Yeah, my friend asked me, "Are you gonna fast?" I said, "Dude, like life is suffering, having suffering. Why the fuck would I want to add hunger to it?"
Oh, it's not great. No, I get the point. Like you're gonna starve yourself, so you understand how poor people feel.
Yeah.
But this is Malaysia. Poor people don't go hungry; they just go broke.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's, obesity is a problem with poor people.
People gain weight.
Yeah,
Easy.
Yeah, no, here.
Yeah.
Come on now,
For $2.
$2 will get you 2,000 calories. No easy.
Easy peasy. Habibi, come here. Take this piece of bread dipped in fucking car oil.
Instead of easy peasy lemon squeezy, it's called stress depressed lemon zest. How about that?
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh man, shit.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah.
So,
but everyone is tired now, is it?
It's weird. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just our bad habits catching up to us. I don't know if it's psychological.
I think it's psychological.
Mostly
I think it's both psychological and physical.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I was just talking to Kieran about this, and it's like, because we both have sciatica, right? If you ever had sciatica, you know it's a bitch and a half. Like slip discs and nerve pinches and bad backs, and Lord knows we do the exercises to keep it at bay, but it's not enough. The pain, you just have to deal with it. And we're both talking to each other after the show, like, we have to get like physically fit to do comedy now.
Yeah.
Because now we're only doing it like a couple of times a week, and it's already hard. On top of all the other projects we have going on.
Yeah.
Whether it's like the odd podcast like this, or me going to like meetings for like a show I'm working on, or just hours upon hours of writing, right? Where you're just sitting down or lying down on the floor and just typing all day long, but it feels like you're gonna die by the time you're done.
Yeah.
And like everything you do, you need to be physically fit. Right? Like, for the kind of creative work I have to do, both on the stage, off the stage, in a boardroom, in a room where I'm typing, I literally have to be like a fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure character just to be able to type for 5 hours.
I think it'll go away about... Maybe I think it'll only go away once this pandemic is over.
I hope so.
Once you're more at ease a little bit outside, once you feel a little bit more comfortable, once you have that energy that you seek outside. Like I'm dying to come to the Crack House and then go to the Mammoth store and have a mozzarella nut.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, we're gonna have fun, but after you're done, you're like, why did I do that? That is a lot of hanging out that I'm doing, right? And like, also, I just like the idea of looking like 60s Arnold Schwarzenegger while typing. Just like, it was the best of times. It was the best of times. And he got a psych. He got a psych degree. So it's like,
Arnold.
Fucking Arnold, putting the bar so goddamn high. Lower the bar. Some of us want to do deadlifts.
I got a psych degree. I won Mr. Olympia. Married the Kennedy. I got the governor of California. I got 20 million for each shitty movie I did.
That was bad enough.
I can't even act.
That was bad enough.
Yeah.
Now you gotta do like David Goggins on the Joe Rogan show, going like, and you look at him and going, oh man, I've never felt like more of a piece of shit in my life.
Me too. I listened to that guy, I read his book, and I was like, man, it's such a busy fucking evening this guy had.
I'm like, slow down, you goddamn cyborg.
Like, stay hard. Yeah, you pussy. You gotta keep running. Fuck you.
Like, he's just doing a marathon on a broken foot. And I'm here just like struggling to go to the bathroom.
Give me a fucking break. Man. I was in SEAL teams. I I can't imagine like fucking this guy, like having sex with this guy. It's gonna be the worst experience of anybody's life because it's gonna make you feel like shit. Ha! I make you come 4 times already.
Imagine him as
look at me eat your pussy.
Can you imagine him as a power bottom? It's not crazy. You call that a fucking? Way harder! Right! You're not writing it hard enough! David, please stop. I'm shooting out bone marrow. I don't have any more. You don't fuck me. I fuck you! Stop clenching, Dave!
He looks like the kind of guy who needs anal. Because he's so hard that he's just like, he needs something. God. Like, you bitch, you better do some squats. Can't come like this.
No, so I'm just looking. My brother's like, I'm gonna give you something to motivate you. So he shows me like 5 David Goggins videos, and I'm like,
I admire him.
Yeah, no, he's an amazing human being.
Assuming a specimen.
Like when the aliens come down and find all of our porn stashes. And videos from YouTube.
But I hate him at the same time. Like I hate him to the point that I think about horrific shit that I can do to him to make him stop. Just shoot him with the 22 in the kneecaps.
All I want is just to heckle him like Filthy Frank in the pink suit.
Yeah, like Joker tries to bring Batman down to his level. Make him kill and shit like that. Yeah. Like I feel like Joker to his Batman.
Yeah.
Thinking like, what can I do to make this guy like miserable?
Right. I just want to make his life so bad that he has to eat French fries.
Yeah.
Just once. You know, it's like snacking is just like gravity. All you need is a little push.
Yeah, come on.
Just a little bit.
Snacking. It's like gravity.
Or just heckle him. Hey, Dave, you think you're so hot? You think you're such hot shit, huh? Why don't you try growing some hair?
You won you did 4,000 pull-ups in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, grow a beard.
Big deal. I ate 4,000 French fries in 24 hours.
Yeah, my biceps are ripped from all of the beer I've been.
I have all the women I pay hookers to blow me in front of them. They're like, well, hey, you did all that for nothing. I'm enjoying my life. It's like, what are you after, Dave?
Look, the rest of us are just dying. And this dude is literally like the second coming of the Terminator.
Literally.
Yeah, just non-stop. And my brother thinks this is motivational. And I'm like, no, really. It's not motivational.
Motivation is something that is like within the grasp. This guy has went to the stratosphere.
Yeah.
Like beyond Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Like if Elon Musk can do push-ups.
Yeah.
That's this guy.
I mean, Elon Musk can do push-ups. David Goggins can do a push-up with SpaceX on his back.
Pretty much.
It's not great.
Him and Cameron Hayes that are they go two savages.
Oh no! Jeez, no.
Cameron Hayes, we go hunting. I'm doing push-ups while I'm shooting with one rifle. It's like motherfucker.
Oh my god! No, it's so. But here's the thing. There is an understanding that we gotta at least try and stay fit. One of the things that was at least marginally inspiring was just the idea of Joey Diaz losing weight.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, he was.
Even for me, yeah.
And he has a bicycle, he cycles. He's still like, I gotta get this, to crack my ass.
Yeah.
You gotta piss, while I'm on the bicycle or whatever. I don't know what he's doing. Like, he's stoned as a motherfucker and he's still working out. So
he has THC every fucking day.
I think if you lick him, you get high.
Pretty much. Fuck.
It's just, there's so much weed in his system.
When he's not smoking, he does a spray.
Yeah. Or a CBD oil. Or the gummies.
CBD at least is doesn't get you high. He just does both at the same time.
Right. It's like a tab acid.
One of the funniest memes I saw recently was when it was a Matrix meme with Morpheus at it.
Yeah.
When Morpheus did an advertising for a car, he says, wow.
Yeah.
He says, when you take the blue pill and the red pill at the same time. It's like, oh shit, let's go.
That's what Joey Diaz does for breakfast. He takes the blue and the
He
red.
freebases THC. It's like, fuck.
I don't know how he's alive, honestly. Like, Hunter S. Thompson would look at Joey Diaz and go, bro, come on. Let's slow down. We haven't slept in 5 days.
You need a drink.
You need a drink. Have some Chivas. Yeah, on an ice cone.
Yeah.
You know, maybe just take some grass to do the edge off.
Have some grass and take the edge
Yeah.
off. Calm down.
Yeah, no. We're doing so much coke, Colombia is now bald. Okay?
Fuck that guy.
Oh my god. It would be fun just to hang out with him once. Right?
Yeah, he'd probably die or some shit.
Yeah, no, your heart goes off like C4. But you know, your tombstone would have a great little obituary.
You're gonna have a blast.
Yeah. Went out like a soldier. Great.
Oh man.
But that's just the thing. You do this shit and you underestimate how hard it is, and now you realize also you're getting older. So now you're doing that old person thing. Well, I gotta get in shape now.
Yeah.
Because all the stuff that used to come easily to me
Now it just
doesn't come easy to me.
Yeah.
So now I have to train for just going up on stage to tell jokes, which sounds like the most pathetic thing in the world, really. That you're so broken down physically that you literally have to train to do a thing that, you know, people physically should be able to do on a whim.
Yeah.
Then you realize this is probably just the game of life balancing it out.
Yeah.
Because we also take it for granted that public speaking is a thing that is terrifying to like 99% of the population.
Yeah. Now you're public speaking with Corona. You're like,
and we're still there. We're still doing it in spite of the threat of death if somebody coughs on you wrong.
Yeah.
And this is a thing that comes way too easily to us. So now the balancing of the game of life is basically, okay, it's easy for you mentally. You have no fear going up on stage. You'll say whatever you want. Yeah. But now the price is that you will feel like crap afterwards.
Yeah.
And you will feel like crap the next morning.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing what happened to Kieran and me. We felt like crap the next morning. We couldn't get out of bed. Back hurt, feet hurt, leg hurt, everything hurt.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it was bad, you know. Kieran and I...
What does Rizal say about this? Have you had any
Rizal's got cocaine energy. Without the cocaine, remember? He's not phased at all.
He's always there.
He's always there. He's always been like the most high energy person I've met in my life.
God bless.
God bless. It's insane. I don't know how he does it. I think it's because he's got a kid now, right?
He has to work harder.
He's got to work harder. He's got a wife and they've got, 4 kids in total now? I've lost count.
Yeah, 3 kids. They're 3 kids, yeah.
They got 3 kids,
4 kids, I don't know,
total.
I'm Singan as well.
Yeah, no, it's a very white baby. Anyway, because they're both half white, right? Rizal and Arlene.
Yeah.
So, he's got motivations, right? But the rest of us, I think, it's very difficult to keep in mind what your motivations actually are, because your life's not really amounting to much, but it's also really comfortable.
Yeah.
A lot of us who are lucky, we get to either live in our parents' or our parents' houses.
Don't get to pay
there's no rent to pay.
Rent and shit like that.
Right.
Are you still gonna do this? Oh, by the way, have you got a job or anything?
Nah.
Shit.
Half the time I'm not even motivated. I get the job offers and they're all like, we'll pay you 1,000 less than you used to make.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
No. Come on now. I was already underpaid when I was working for the newspaper.
Now you want me to be even more underpaid.
Good. For a job that literally doesn't match my qualifications.
Yeah, fuck that.
No. Most of them is copywriting for ads.
Yeah.
Or promotional material.
Yeah.
Which I can do, but if it's stuff like that, pay me more, not less.
Yeah.
Well, that's the Malaysian job market for you. So,
are you going to do any shows coming up?
Let's see. We got not this week, I think, on account of I've already got my slots burned out, which is the sense that
You already got your slots burned out? How many slots did you burn out?
I mean, what I mean is that I already did a whole bunch of stuff last
pimp?
week, huh?
You a pimp?
I mean,
You've burned out your
it
slots.
ain't easy.
You burned out your slots. What? Did they bring you money?
I mean,
Bitch, I told you I'll cut you.
I mean, have I choked a bitch before? My lawyer tells me to say no. Really, I mean...
I neither confirm or deny this.
I mean, the White Stripes said that you can't be a pimp and a prostitute too. I disagree. That's every comedian I've ever met. But yeah, no, I can't do any shows now because I've already used up my slots from the week before for both open mics on Wednesday and on Saturday. By the way, the Crack House is also doing a Saturday open mic.
Oh, shit.
On the same time.
5 o'clock?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
Very weird. I can't
like
imagine seeing that place in daylight.
Yeah, it makes no sense, right?
Yeah, I can't. Every time I think of a Crack House, nighttime.
Yeah. Who does crack in the day?
Nobody.
No one. Come on. It's I don't know. It's and it's exactly at the same time as the one in the Joke Factory. They'll be overlapping. It's kind of weird. But I get it. Like, who can't do a show at the Joke Factory who can do a show at the Crack House? Except that the Joke Factory had a ton of money to drop on promotion, and even that didn't work.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what the Crack House is going to do.
One thing about Joke Factory, the drinks sucked.
I mean, for what it's worth, yeah.
Yeah, I ordered a White Russian. They brought me a drop of White Russian in a glass of ice, and I sent them back. I was like, "Fuck is this?
This is a Ukrainian.
You're charging me.
I asked for a White Russian, not just half of Crimea." Yeah.
So no performance this week then?
No performance this week.
Until next week.
Next week, definitely, because they like having me around. I'm decent at what I do.
Yeah, you are.
And I get along with everyone. So even if I'm doing shit, it's just good to be there.
Yeah.
Plus, you don't want to stay away for too long. You start losing
your
mojo. But I do have to start writing more.
Yeah. Everybody does.
Everybody does. Because what I'm noticing is that I don't do this thing that I feel every comedian should do. And Kieran told me this before Wednesday, before the open mics at the Crack House. And he says that ideally, don't look up your notes on the day itself. Because this is what I do. I be flipping through my notes. Brian does this too, and I guess it works for him because he's a very writey little comedian, right? He likes to write. His jokes are very written based, rather than the performance of spontaneity. He will review his notes before even going up on stage. Right? He's just flipping through his exercise book on the bar right before he goes up. Yeah. Kieran doesn't do that. Kieran will write days before, and he'll keep writing up to right up to the day of the show. Yeah. And then on the day of the show, he forgets. So it's this Zen thing where you have it down to second nature, and on the day of the show, you relax.
You're gonna try.
And then you allow the training to take over. Yeah. And I feel like I'm sort of halfway in between sort of Brian's ability to write and Kieran's energy. Right. So I really need to consider that method, at least partially. Like I prepare the material really well. I stop on the day itself, and on the day itself, I ease myself into the environment of the club. I take into account the crowd that we have. I make friends with everybody around me. And here was my secret when I was a stage actor. No food before the show. At all. You go on the stage, empty stomach. Yeah. Water, coffee, fine, but no calories before the show. Nothing in the stomach before the show. Alright. And it worked. Nice. You feel like you can keep going on. You feel hungry as shit. You might end up stealing the director's like cheese toast or whatever. Yeah. But it really works. And for like a Shakespeare production that's like 4 hours long, you're gonna start banging out. You're gonna just start. And that show, that production, It had a runway stage.
Yeah.
So nothing was just in front of the audience. It was a runway with audiences on either side, and it had 3 levels.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a pyramid.
Shit.
Top, middle, bottom, like say 3 feet, 2.5 to 3 feet between every level, and you're just jumping up between level and level. It is a workout.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I lost 20 kilos doing that show. With all of the physical training, with all of the rehearsals, with all the performances and the matinees. 20 kilos gone.
Nice.
Yeah.
By the way, have you eaten the Crack House's food?
Yeah, actually I have.
Which one did you have?
So I've had nearly all of the pizzas. Everybody's getting the pizzas to share whenever we're at the show now.
Yeah.
And Ollie Hahn, for what it's worth, is a pretty damn good cook.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had the chicken wings and these little bread balls that you dip into like garlic butter, and they're called all these greasy balls.
With garlic butter.
Yeah. So they're called all these greasy balls. So I've had all these greasy balls in my mouth. He loves putting his balls in people's mouths. Right?
Like a white man.
Like a white man would. Like, hello. I really like his bit where 15 minutes of prep work as a host before the performer comes up, he's just yelling on the audience jokes. Right? He's so loud and high energy. It works for what he does. But it's like, we've had white people yell at us before. It didn't go well. Right?
So the food was good then?
The food is actually pretty damn good.
How are the balls?
How
are the balls? Are they soft balls or are they hard balls?
They're soft balls with a crusty outside.
They're crusty outside?
Yeah. They're greasy and they're crusty, but they're soft on the tongue. Yeah.
I'll have them soon enough.
Right. My personal recommendation, it's the most expensive item on the menu at $35.
Which one?
But it's the lamb pizza.
Yeah, that's the one I have my eye on.
Yeah. That's the good shit.
Yeah.
You have 1, maybe 2 slices, and you're done. It is very rich.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, that's good then.
Yeah, I'll maybe have 3, and even that's like...
How's the crust?
Thin.
Thin crust, good.
Thin crust.
Yeah, but it's a crispy crust.
Crispy.
Yeah,
it's almost like a cracker on the outside. Yeah.
Talk dirty to me.
The pizzas are really good. I know they started making food because they needed money on the side, and so that they could tell the authorities, "Hey, now we're not just a comedy club. You can't shut us down."
Yeah, very good.
But the food is actually pretty good now. So it's like before the food was kind of like an afterthought.
Yeah,
like just bar snacks just to keep people entertained. It was mainly just so people would get thirsty enough to buy drinks.
Very good.
Yeah. Which was great, but then people got wise and just didn't buy the food, so you never bought the drinks.
Nice.
But now the food is actually pretty good. So people buy more food than they do drinks.
Good.
And on the weekends, they still buy a shit ton of drinks.
Good.
So they're making enough money. I think
a blanc beer with the lamb pizza would just go fine.
Oh yeah, it would. It would go very well.
Wash each other down very nicely.
Yeah. I haven't had the beer with the pizza yet, though. Yeah. It's a lot, and I drive.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even. But
it's okay, man.
I mean, no, I don't mind. But I am driving to these shows, so it's not like I can be like super hammered. Yeah. Driving back. I've done it before. It was a really stupid mistake. I got pulled over to the side by cops.
Shit.
Right. And I was like waiting. I was waiting for him to ask for the bribe, and it never came. Right. Yeah, eventually just let me go, but not before I dared him to give me a fine. And then they said, if we find out your alcohol level is too high, and with a breathalyzer test, we will literally handcuff you and throw you into the jail even after we've hauled you to the station. Right, and then you're gonna have to be yanked to the Sharia court, not just the civil court.
Shit. Right?
So I'm like...
So you're fucked on multiple levels.
I'm already imagining...
That's called a DP.
It's a spit roast. The government is just Eiffel Tower at this point. Right? But I'm like, I'm already imagining just getting like prison tats and doing push-ups, right? I'm imagining
People doing squats with you on their back.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 pounds.
I'm just lightweight, baby.
Lightweight, baby.
I'm just imagining a montage of me working out in like the courtyard with
Feed you to keep your weight up.
just I'm eating newbies whole.
Hold on to my back as I do chin ups.
I'm just the 50 Cent is blaring them until my bone collapses. You know.
Shit.
I'm imagining all of that. I'm psychologically ready, right?
Shit.
Yeah, this is my punishment God has given down to me. Fuck it, I'll do it. I'll take whatever. Nail me to the cross, man. I don't give a fuck, right? So it's like we're gonna take you to the station. Do it. We're gonna have to find you. Do it. We're gonna have to handcuff you. Do it.
Just go.
Yeah, just like no, I'm ready. Do it. Let's do this. Let's do this. Do it,
man.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. I'm like, oh, fuck, it's too much paperwork. Go, you asshole. And the whole time I'm driving away from this, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing the laugh cry from that Jesse Pinkman does at the end of break. I'm like, never again am I doing this in my life.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Wait, want to end this segment?
Yeah.
We're gonna go to another segment about the Army Hammer. I want to talk to you.
Okay, yeah, sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode. Till we meet again for the next episode.